The heavy wooden doors of Thunder Dragon Dojo creaked open as 17-year-old twins Marcus and Maya stepped inside. The polished floors gleamed under fluorescent lights, and the sharp scent of cleaning products mixed with sweat filled their nostrils. Traditional Japanese weapons lined the walls, while motivational posters displayed ancient wisdom about discipline and respect. "Can I help you?" asked Sensei Williams, a middle-aged man with graying temples and a worn black belt around his waist. His tone carried polite indifference as he approached the newcomers. "We're here about the beginner classes," Marcus said, his voice steady and confident. "We just moved to town and want to learn karate." Maya nodded beside her brother, her keen eyes already scanning the room. In the corner, a group of black belt students had stopped their practice to stare. Their expressions ranged from curious to unwelcoming, whispers passing between them like secrets. "I see." Sensei Williams glanced at the twins again, noting their athletic builds and calm demeanor. "Have either of you trained before?" "Not in karate," Maya replied honestly. "But we're quick learners." From across the room, snickers echoed from the advanced students. A tall teenager with sandy brown hair and a cocky smile stepped forward, his black belt pristine and properly tied. "Fresh meat, sensei," he called out, causing his friends to laugh louder. Derek sauntered over with 3 other black belts flanking him like loyal soldiers. His green eyes held a cold calculation as he sized up the twins from head to toe. "Derek Chen, head student," he announced, though his introduction felt more like a warning than a welcome. "You two sure you're in the right place? There's a basketball court down the street." His crew snickered at the obvious stereotype. A stocky redhead named Brad crossed his arms and added, "Yeah, this requires actual discipline and focus. Not exactly your people's strong suit." Marcus felt Maya tense beside him, but both twins kept their expressions neutral. Years of dealing with ignorance had taught them patience was often the sharpest weapon. "Our people?" Maya asked quietly, her voice carrying just enough edge to make Derek's smirk falter slightly. "You know what I mean," Derek replied, his voice dropping lower so Sensei Williams wouldn't hear. "This dojo has standards. We don't just let anyone walk in here thinking they can play ninja." Several younger students shifted uncomfortably, their eyes darting between the confrontation and their shoes. A girl with blonde pigtails looked like she wanted to speak up but remained silent under Derek's intimidating presence. Sensei Williams, busy organizing equipment across the room, either didn't notice the tension or chose to ignore it entirely. His back remained turned as Derek leaned closer to the twins. "Maybe you should try somewhere more suitable for your kind." The following week brought a series of carefully orchestrated incidents. During their first sparring session, Derek paired himself with Marcus, claiming he wanted to help the new guy learn proper form. "Oops," Derek muttered after delivering a deliberately hard strike to Marcus's ribs, far beyond what beginners should experience. "My bad, thought you could handle real karate." Brad took his turn with Maya, using excessive force during grappling exercises. When she easily deflected his attempts, his face reddened with embarrassment and anger. "Lucky block," he growled, then swept her legs with unnecessary violence. Maya rolled gracefully, avoiding injury, but the message was clear: their gear mysteriously disappeared from lockers. Protective padding developed mysterious tiers. During kata practice, Derek's group would deliberately crowd their space, forcing the twins into corners or against walls. "Strange how clumsy everyone gets around you two," Derek's friend Jake commented after accidentally stepping on Maya's foot with his heel. Other students watched these incidents with growing discomfort, but none dared speak against the black belt hierarchy. The blonde girl, introduced as Lisa, occasionally shot sympathetic glances their way. After class, Marcus and Maya walked to their car in tense silence. Once inside, Maya finally spoke. "They have no idea what they're dealing with," she said, flexing her fingers in a way that suggested muscle memory from years of training. Marcus nodded grimly. "Dad always said we should keep our background quiet until absolutely necessary. How much longer do we wait?" Maya asked, watching Derek and his crew exit the dojo through the rearview mirror. Until they cross the line from harassment to real danger, Marcus replied. Then we show them what 8 years of advanced combat training actually looks like. 3 weeks of escalating harassment reached its breaking point during Friday's advanced class. Derek stood in the center of the mat, his crew forming a semicircle behind him as newer students gathered around the edges. Hey, Marcus and Maya, Derek called out loudly, ensuring everyone could hear. How about we settle this properly? You think you belong here, prove it. He gestured dramatically to the sparring area. Full contact sparring. Me and Brad against both of you. Winner takes all, loser finds a new dojo. Excited murmurs rippled through the crowd. This was unprecedented, black belts challenging white belts in such a public manner. Lisa hurried over to the twins, her voice urgent and worried. Don't do this. They're setting you up. Derek's been training here for 6 years, Brad for 4. You'll get seriously hurt. Maya smiled gently at the girl's concern. We appreciate the warning, Lisa. Really? Marcus stepped forward, his voice carrying across the silent dojo. We accept your challenge, Derek. Sensei Williams, finally paying attention, looked troubled. Now hold on, this isn't how we handle disputes here. It's fine, Sensei, Derek said smoothly. Just some friendly sparring between students. Nothing wrong with that, right? That evening, the twins sat in their basement training room surrounded by faded tournament trophies and worn equipment. Photos on the walls showed them with various martial arts masters from different disciplines. Time to remind ourselves who we really are, Marcus said, unwrapping his hands. Maya cracked her knuckles. Tomorrow, they learn what happens when you corner real fighters. Saturday afternoon arrived with the dojo packed beyond capacity. Word had spread about the unusual challenge, drawing students from other martial arts schools and curious spectators. Derek basked in the attention, shadowboxing confidently while Brad stretched nearby. Last chance to back out, Derek announced as the twins entered the sparring area. No shame in admitting you're outclassed. Marcus and Maya exchanged a look, then simultaneously dropped into fighting stances that made several experienced martial artists in the crowd lean forward with sudden interest. The match began with Derek rushing forward, throwing a textbook combination he'd practiced thousands of times. Marcus sidestepped with fluid precision, his movement so smooth it seemed effortless. Derek's punch met empty air as Marcus pivoted behind him. What the? Derek spun around, confused by the speed. Maya faced Brad's aggressive charge with calm focus. As his heavy punch came toward her face, she ducked low, swept his supporting leg, and rose gracefully as he crashed to the mat. The entire sequence took less than 3 seconds. Impossible, Brad gasped, scrambling to his feet. The crowd's initial laughter died completely as Derek launched another attack at Marcus. This time, Marcus caught his wrist mid-punch, twisted with surgical precision, and sent Derek spinning through the air before landing hard on his back. How are they doing this? Someone whispered. Jake and 2 other black belts jumped into the fray, thinking numbers would help. The twins moved like water, flowing around attacks that never seemed to reach them. Maya disarmed Jake with a lightning-fast joint lock while Marcus simultaneously handled the other 2 with throws that belonged in professional competitions. Within minutes, all 5 black belts lay groaning on the mat while Marcus and Maya stood untouched, barely breathing hard. The silence stretched until Lisa started clapping slowly. Others joined until thunderous applause filled the dojo. Sensei Williams stared in amazement. Where did you 2 learn to fight like that? Maya helped Derek to his feet with surprising gentleness. Our father trained us since we were 9. Multiple disciplines, international competitions. We never wanted to show off, Marcus added. We just wanted to belong somewhere. Sensei Williams stepped into the center of the mat, his expression serious as he surveyed the aftermath. The silence was thick with tension and newfound respect. Derek, Brad, all of you, he said firmly, his voice carrying authority that brooked no argument. What happened here today was long overdue. I've been blind to the harassment, the racist comments, the deliberate targeting of new students. Derek struggled to his feet, his face flushed with embarrassment and pain. "Sensei, you were bullying them because of their skin color," Williams interrupted sharply. "That stops now. This dojo is about honor, respect, and discipline. Your behavior has been the opposite of everything we stand for." He turned to address the entire room. "Marcus and Maya have shown more character in 3 weeks than some of you have in years. They endured your treatment with dignity while possessing skills that could have ended this nonsense on day one." Derek looked at the twins, his arrogance completely deflated. I'm sorry. Both of you. We were wrong." Brad and the others nodded reluctantly, their respect grudgingly given but genuine. "From now on," Sensei Williams announced, "Marcus and Maya will help teach advanced classes. Their experience speaks for itself." Lisa grinned widely as other students began approaching the twins with genuine curiosity about their training. The atmosphere had shifted completely, hostility replaced by admiration and acceptance. Justice had been served not through revenge, but through character, skill, and the hope that people could change when confronted with their own prejudices.